In this lecture, we're going to be talking about Excel shortcuts. And I'm just going to use this spreadsheet here. It just has a list of sales reps, their total monthly commissions, whether they hit their monthly sales target, and their total monthly pay, and the sales region that they are in. I'm just going to use this spreadsheet as an easy way to show you a bunch of these shortcut keystrokes and how they work. So the first one is a shortcut for the auto sum. And the way you do a quick auto sum is you hit Alt and equals. And just like that, it inserts your auto sum formula. If you hit enter, there it is. That leads me right into my next one, which is Control Z. If you want to undo something that you've just done, you hold down Control and hit Z, and it undoes it. Control Z is a favorite of a lot of people who use Excel because most of the time, if you make a mistake, you can fix it by clicking Control Z. You can also redo it by pressing Control Y, and that will redo what you've just undone. If you want to delete a column, you can select the column and click Control minus, and it will take it away. And again, I'll click Control Z to undo that. And if you want to add a column, you press Control plus on your keyboard, or if you don't have a number pad, you press Control Shift plus, and that adds a column. I'll Control Z to take that back. If you want to make something bold, you press Control B and it makes it bold. You can press Control B again to unbold it. When you're working with a formula, you can make an absolute cell reference by selecting the cells that you're referring to and clicking F4, and it will add these little dollar signs in. You can see that this one's already been done, but if I hit F4 again, it will make just the row absolute. If I hit it again, it will make just the column absolute. See how it says $F, so it's referring to the F column as an absolute cell reference. And then if you hit it again, it will make it a relative cell reference. And then I hit it a final time and it brings it back to an absolute reference like I had it. But you can just hit the F4 button and toggle through the different cell references that way. If you select a range of data and you hit F11, it'll automatically create a new sheet with a chart based on the data you've selected. So you can see here it's taken our sales reps and charted them according to their monthly commission. If you hit the F1 key, it'll bring up the help feature. If you select a cell and press Control Shift 1, you'll format it as a number. You can see right now this is formatted as accounting, but if we hit Control Shift 1, it changes it to just a normal number. Of course, I'll Control Z to undo that. To insert a hyperlink, you press Control K. It brings up an insert hyperlink box, and you can enter the address of the hyperlink you want there. Another useful shortcut is if you click into a formula, so I'll double click on this, I can evaluate a part of the formula. So I can look at this first section of this formula, and when I press F9 on that section, it analyzes the formula and tells me what that part of the formula is calculating. So when you have longer, more complex formulas, this is a really great way to look at pieces and parts of the formula so you can analyze it and troubleshoot it. And again, you can see that that was C6 equals no, and C6 equals yes, which is why when I hit F9, it came back as false. Another really useful shortcut is I can open the Create Table dialog box by just being clicked anywhere in this range. And then I press Control T, and it immediately brings up the Create Table box. And if I wanted to create a table out of that, of course I just click OK, and there I have a table. Control Z to undo it. If you want to quickly move between worksheets, you can just press Control and Page Up. That will take you one worksheet to the left, so you can see this is the chart we created a few minutes ago. Or you can press Control Page Down, and that will take you one tab to the right on your worksheets. And if I continue to do that, that will take me to a blank sheet that I have, sheet 3, and then page down again will bring me to another worksheet where I was playing with some conditional formatting. And to get back to where I want it to be, I press Control Page Up twice, and that will bring me right back to where we were. If you press Control 1, it will bring up a dialog box to format cells. And of course you can do your number, alignment, font, border, fill, and protection formatting. If you press Control A, it will select your whole active worksheet. So Control A is basically a select all. Click on any cell to unselect the entire worksheet. You can press Control F. That will bring up the Find and Replace dialog. So if I wanted to find all of the entries where Bob existed and replace it with Robert, I could just say Replace, type in Bob, change to Robert, click Replace All. It says all done, we made one replacement. Okay. And you can see it's now changed to Robert. Control Z to undo that. If you want to close your entire workbook, you press Control W. And of course it will ask you if you want to save it. If you want to save your changes, click Save. If you don't, click Don't Save. In this case, I'll click Cancel because I don't want to close it. One of my favorite keystrokes isn't necessarily a shortcut, but if you're entering a formula, for instance, you're entering a sum formula down here, you type in equals SUM. Instead of entering your parentheses manually, you can just press the Tab button, and it will automatically enter the parentheses and put the cursor there so you're ready to select your cells. If you want to copy a lot of information from certain cells, you highlight whatever you want to copy, you press Control C, see it highlights it, and then you click wherever you want to paste it and press Control V. That'll paste it. Undo these for a moment. I'm going to highlight these again. Press Control X to cut, select where you want it to go, and Control V, and you'll cut it and paste it. So see how in this case, when we're cutting, it actually cuts it out and puts it in the new spot. Control Z to undo it. When entering a formula, you'll notice that I select my formula, and when I hit enter, it drops me down to the next line. If I wanted to stay there in that same cell, I can type SUM, select my cells, and then press Control Enter. And you notice that now I'm still selected in the same box without moving down to the next line. So if you want to do edits in there or do formatting on that box without having to grab this and reselect it, then Control Enter is the way to go. A fairly obvious one, but a simple way to select cells is to press the Shift and arrow keys. Right arrow keys takes you one column to the right. Down arrow key takes you one row down. And the up and left arrow keys just goes the opposite direction. That's up and that's left. You can also press Control and right arrow keys, and that will take you to the furthest right cell in your range. So I press right, goes to there. If I press down, it'll be the furthest down cell. If I press down again, it'll take me all the way to the bottom. Press up again, press left, and it will take me all the way over, press down, and so on. If you press Control S, it will automatically save your document. If you press F12, it'll open the Save As dialog box. If you're in a cell and you want to edit it rather than double clicking, you can press the F2 button and it will drop your cursor into the cell so you can then start editing it. And then finally, if you're selected inside a region or range and you press Control asterisk, or if you don't have a number pad, you press Control Shift 8, it will select the current region or range that your cell is within. So those are some shortcuts and keystrokes to help you navigate Excel more quickly and to be more efficient and effective while you're using Excel. When you're spending a lot of time working in Excel and doing some of these things over and over again, these keystrokes can save you a whole lot of time.